Director of the Instructional Technology EDS program at Kennesaw State University. When deciding on the content of my capstone research, I knew I wanted to focus on technology integration in schools. Many teachers at my school have attended multiple technology trainings, but still were not successfully implementing what they had learned in the classroom with their students. I wondered, why is this? The teachers had received training on the technology. Why were they not having success when trying to integrate it into their instruction? Were their feelings and attitudes of technology use getting in the way? Was their professional development not using research-based practices for adult learning? Were teachers not receiving the follow-up support needed to be successful and address difficulties that may arise? My capstone research strives to find the answers to all these questions by addressing the question of, what are teachers' attitudes of technology integrated professional development? So the title of my capstone research project was Teacher Attitudes of Technology Professional Development. The overview of my literature, technology integration in the classroom has not become as prevalent in schools as it should due to multiple barriers teachers face when taking on the task of implementing technology with their students. Secondly, teachers must be convinced that technology use benefits their students for them to become effective users of technology in the classroom. If teachers are uneducated on what technology is available and how to use it with their students, they are less likely to incorporate it into their teaching. Also, overall, research supports that teachers need professional development, especially tailored to their needs, to be successful in igniting change as well as changing attitudes in order for teachers to begin effectively implementing technology in their classrooms. And continued support is also needed in the classrooms following the training to sustain implementation. The purpose of my study was to examine how teachers feel about technology-integrated professional development. In doing this, I wanted to discover information that allows for more development of more effective technology-integrated professional development. I feel that we need to have a better idea of where to improve on our professional development so teachers learn more from it. My research question was, what are teachers' attitudes toward technology-integrated professional development? My research design, I chose a qualitative case study to analyze and compare teachers' feelings toward technology-integrated professional development. I chose a qualitative study over a quantitative because I felt that I would have a more in-depth insight on how the teachers were feeling. I felt that I would get more out of interviews than I would surveys. And if I conducted a survey, I would feel that I would have to do follow-up interviews anyway. So I thought, let's go ahead and do some interviews to kind of get a good feel of how teachers feel about their professional development. Here are the participants that were chosen. It was a convenient sample. I sent an email invitation out to all the teachers in my school, and I had these 4 teachers send me an email back saying they would love to be interviewed. As you can see, there are all 4 females, and they're all white. They teach in different grade levels. I have a 1st grade teacher, 2nd grade teacher, a 3rd grade, and a 4th grade. All the lower grade teachers teach all their subjects, where the 4th grade teacher only taught math and science. They all have at least 8 years of teaching experience. They have taught in different grade levels than they currently teach. And they all at least have a master's degree, and one of them had their specialist degree in curriculum and instruction. So I thought I had a good kind of range of teachers that had experience, so they would be able to give me some depth on my questions. My research context, the research was conducted at an elementary Title I school that was located in a suburban area of Northwest Georgia. And the interviews were conducted either in the flip lab or in the classroom, and the participants were able to choose what environment was more comfortable for them. My data collection. How I collected my data was face-to-face interviews, and they were conducted with 4 separate teachers, as mentioned before, in order to discuss their attitudes on technology-integrated professional development. The questions that I used for the interviews are listed at the bottom. There were 7 questions. I created these questions, and then I solicited peer review. So I had a peer review them,
sent back. I edited and revised them. I sent them back for more peer review, and then I got them back. I wanted to make sure that I eliminated any confusing wording. Number one, my first question was, tell me about your background in teaching. I wanted to kind of set the teachers at ease. Number two, tell me about your use of technology. According to my literature review, that impacted the teachers' integration of technology, so I kind of wanted to get their background of it. Number three, tell me about the types of technology professional development you had attended. I felt that was important to get that background. Number four, which technology professional development experience was the most beneficial and why? I felt this question was very important. It kind of gave me a good feeling of how they felt about technology and what they thought was most important about it. Number five, how do you feel about classroom technology and the professional development that comes with it? Once again, kind of digging into their feelings so they feel positive or negative. Number six, do you feel more prepared to use the technology after the professional development? I wanted to kind of get a feeling if the teachers actually felt that it was beneficial. Did they leave prepared to actually integrate the technology in their classroom and feel that they would be successful? And number seven, how do you feel about using technology in your class after attending technology professional development? Once again, I wanted to know if they actually felt that the professional development was successful in giving them the skills they would need. My data analysis. I first went through and typed up all my transcript of my interviews. I read through the interviews and I started coding line by line. I came up with 12 codes to address what I was kind of seeing and the themes that were emerging. And then I decided to go through and reread my interviews. And as you can see illustrated in the table below, I had combined all 12 of my codes into these 4 themes that emerged. The first theme was positive outcomes and feelings of technology professional development. The second was teachers' feelings and use of technology they received training. The third was reasons for negativity towards technology professional development. And my fourth was types of professional development that were preferred. The results from my study. Overall, each teacher felt positive about technology professional development that they had attended. Some of the teachers, though, had negative feelings because of either barriers, such as technology failure. They were bored in the training. They didn't feel that it was successful in giving them skills that they needed. Either they already knew about it, or they felt it was ineffective training where they didn't feel that they achieved the goals of the training. Also, each expressed things they thought should be added. They felt that the training should be hands-on, or they thought things that should be changed. They thought it should be leveled. They should be able to go to trainings together with their grade levels, or they felt it should be differentiated and they should have a proficient and experience. And they thought this would be more beneficial to them and they would learn more from this. The recommendations that came from my research was to differentiate professional development, and the different ways we could differentiate with the level of knowledge of technology, the level of use of technology, and the content. A lot of teachers felt that if they attended the professional development together with their grade level, with their subject area, that they would get more out of it. The presentation of the professional development. Once again, then they felt that they should be with their grade level teams, or either learning communities where they taught the same students, and that coaching and follow-up support was very much needed. They felt that they were not receiving that follow-up support, and that was critical in helping them implement the skills as well as sustain them along the way.
In completing my capstone research, I answered many of my questions and confirmed a lot of my assumptions. I knew that technology was not being successfully integrated at my school, and now I have found many reasons why. In researching from my literature review, I learned a great deal about professional development overall and the necessary elements it should contain to be successful in delivering its content and having the content implemented into teacher instruction. In gaining this knowledge, I have been able to share strategies with my administration to incorporate into future professional development at my school. I chose to use a qualitative method for my research research because I felt I would gain a deeper understanding of the teacher's responses to my questions. In doing this, I learned a great deal about the qualitative method of research. I'm a numbers person, and at first I was a little overwhelmed. Thanks to some guidance and resources, I was able to teach myself coding, and in the end, embraced it. The themes seemed to emerge themselves the more I looked at the interview transcripts. I was surprised at some of the themes that emerged, and others just confirmed my suspicions. I learned that qualitative research is not as scary as it sounds, and can give you a great deal of insight into your content. In doing additional research, I will continue to incorporate the qualitative method and hopefully improve on my inability to compete